Hey guys, this is René, welcome back for another video. It is at the beginning of March 2025, so I will make the analysis of the performance of my live trading account for February 2025.
This video is presented by BM Trading. Learn to code your own expert advisors. Link in the description.
And I am down quite a bit, almost 5k at this point I think, and people are wondering why there's no stop loss, why I'm losing so much money. But the good thing is you should not be worried or afraid, because it's not your money, it's mine. So let's have a look at why I trade the way I trade. So you can see here, like this is the account again on my server, and we can see that the last few days, there were plenty very negative days, very negative trades. Like here, one trade lost me 1.3k. There's another 1k loss. So there were some losing days. And if we have a look at primarily the indices, I'm pretty much repeating myself here in a lot of these analysis videos, but the story is always kind of the same. Like if we just have a look at one of these indices that are traded here, like let's start with the US tech, we can clearly see the US tech really, it lost quite a bit in the last week. And from the highest point, it's down now like 6%, around 6%, just the US tech. And if we have a look at the other indices, we can see like from around the highest point, they are also down, not as much as the Nasdaq, but also here Dow Jones, we can see lost around 2.5%. The German index, this one is quite stable actually, but still lost like 1%. And this will also be the main reason why the account is currently losing some money. We will have a look at the detailed analysis of the strategies, of course, but also I'm very curious to learn more about the performance of the USD Japanese yen in the last month, because just from my feeling, there were quite a good positive trades. Like we can see here, good win here, and some more profits. So I think this was actually the month that made the USD Japanese yen strategy overall profitable by a good margin, I expect. So this will be very interesting. Also, we had a few trades in Euro US dollar, not quite as successful as in USD Japanese yen. And of course, the other markets also showed quite a few trades. Especially gold was very active again, and generated a lot of profits. So yeah, let's have a look at this performance in the trade buddy, because this is where we really have a look at the facts. So you can see I added all of the trades here. So the last trades here are the ones from February 2025. And before we go into the detailed analysis for this month, let's have a look at the overall graph, just to move things a little bit into perspective. Because I said, like, the comments in the live stream, they're turning negative, and this is what always happens if my account, or if I lose a couple of thousands. But it looks more dramatic in the live stream than it actually is. And the reason for this is, I explained this a lot in other videos. In the account, I only keep enough money, or a little bit more actually, to have enough margin to like open the positions and maintain them. So right now I have 23k in my account, but theoretically I treat this, or it started with a 50k account. So this is why a drawdown of like 5k that we see here right now is not dramatic at all. And if you see like this performance, which is based on the actual 50k account that I trade here, you can see this drawdown is not even big. It's a small drawdown, like is around 10% maybe of the actual balance. So at this point, there's absolutely no reason to be worried about anything, especially because it is completely in line with the moves of the three indices that are traded here. And as I explained before multiple times, also this account correlates, of course, with the indices. And yeah, let's have a look at the performance of the strategies now. So if I go to filter, and if I just filter for the last month, 2025, we have February 2025. So if I just filter the trades starting at the beginning of the last month, we can see here that quite surprisingly, the last month was actually profitable. So I didn't really expect this, but yeah, last month was profitable because the beginning of the last month was very strong. And then in the second half, yeah, as I said, as I explained, the indices were going down. So also my account was going down. But the last month at this point, I can also already summarize, it was not a bad month. It was a good month actually. And I'm very curious if I go now through the strategies, starting with US 30 and go long, we should see that we of course have losses here. And this is, this is no surprise because as I explained, US 30 overall, it was, especially the second half was not super strong in February. And you can see overall it went down a bit, or it kept quite a similar level to the beginning of February. So it's no surprise that there's a small loss in go long strategy for US 30. We can do the same thing with US Tech, which definitely lost a bit in the months, but also the profits are the losses are relatively moderate, because I assume that in the beginning of February, yeah, this is what we can see here, the index was kind of strong, and then in the second half it lost quite a bit, but now it came back to kind of the same level as it started. So there's a small, not dramatic loss in the tech index of the US. And then we go to the German index. This should actually be profitable, and it is profitable. Quite a bit actually. 1.7k profits were made with the go long strategy in the German index, because the German index was very strong. For those who don't know, we had also like federal elections in Germany, and I assume that the market took the result very positive, and that's probably why the market went up. And it's still at a very high level, close to the all-time highs. So this for the go long strategy. I expected it honestly to be worse, because especially the last weeks were not that strong. But yeah, as we saw here, overall the go long strategy was kind of solid in the last month. Let's move to the turnaround Tuesday, and here I expect quite a few losses. Okay, we don't see losses in US 30 because it was positive, but I think US Tech, if I remember correctly, had a losing trade. Yes, and it had a losing trade, but overall was still profitable, which is great. Then we go to DE40, which is there was no trade in DE40 for the turnaround Tuesday strategy. So turnaround Tuesday strategy was also profitable in February. So at this point, I'm curious where the losses are coming from, because go long and turnaround Tuesday strategy were quite profitable. So we will have to find the losses with the range breakout strategy. Let's go through all of the market in which I trade the range breakout strategy, and I traded in US 30, generated a few losses, nothing dramatic. Let's have a look at the German index, the DE40. Here we also saw some losses, but also not too dramatic. Let's move to USD Japanese yen, and this is what I announced. This is, yes, exactly what I expected. 1.5k profits. And in the later part of this video, I will do also the analysis for the whole account period, because here I'm very curious to see if the USD Japanese yen is now in profit with the range breakout strategy, because this strategy was really struggling quite a bit in the first month. But now this last month it was super profitable with USD Japanese yen, and just proves again that my philosophy might not be completely wrong, because I am not seeing a problem if a strategy is not performing for a couple of months, because I always see the bigger picture and want to see profits after a very long period of time, and I don't go like day by day. Then we had Euro US dollar, which is a very big disappointment actually in the last month. It lost 1k, and actually I was wondering in the meantime also if I should even trade Euro US dollar in this account with this strategy, because there are not too many trades. Surprisingly, in the February there were a lot of trades. 6 is quite a lot, but I use a very restrictive range filter for Euro US dollar, so usually I don't see too many trades here in Euro US dollar in this strategy. And yeah, the last month was very bad here, lost 1k, which is not good. So let's move to GP US dollar range breakout expert advisor. It lost also a bit, but it's just 350 euro. And now, last but not least, we do have gold, and I think gold was again, positive, profited like 1.1k, and is still by far the best performing strategy, I think. So as I announced before, I want to do the same thing now for the whole period. So let's go through the strategies again. I will do this quickly, like go long strategy, US 30. Yes, super, it's stable, it's profitable, nothing to worry here. Then we have US Tech. I think this is performing very good. Yeah, still almost 8k in profit. Then we have DE40 with the go long strategy. Had a great boost in the last 2 or 3 months here, especially, and is now one of the best performing strategy, actually. And the first months here were more or less flat. And this, again, what I explained before. I'm not looking at a strategy on a daily basis or on a monthly basis. What I want to see is that if I look back after 1 or 2 years, in the best case, there is a profit. But I don't care if a strategy is profitable in 1 month, because in my opinion, that's not how trading works. Then let's move to the range breakout EA for US 30. And this one is actually negative, but it's not a lot. It's like 250 euro. Then we have the 40 with range breakout EA is also 250 euro down. Then USD Japanese yen. Here I'm very curious. And yeah, this is exactly what I expected. Like this one was not performing for almost 1 year. And now the last months pretty much made up for all of these struggles in the last year and now generated a great profit. And the great thing with automated trading is that I can just wait for the strategy to generate profits at some point. So I don't care if it's not in profit for 1 year, because I just don't invest any time in it. So I don't sit in front of the PC. I don't have to do anything. The program is working every single day. And at some point, if the strategy is profitable in the long run, at some point it will generate the profits. So let's go to Euro-US dollar range breakout strategy. I think this one is negative now. Yeah, it's break even. But yeah, as I showed before, the last month was just very bad. But in general, there were not many trades. Like in about 1 year that I traded this account now, we are a little bit over 30 trades, which is really not a lot. And yeah, so I don't know. I have to think about this. Then GBP-US dollar is performing very bad. 2% lost, 2,000 euro lost, which is 4% actually in this account, in this single strategy, which is, it's just bad. So this is the one strategy where maybe I should think about changing something, but on the other hand, it's just the last 2 months, which were very bad. This can easily turn around. But yeah, GBP-US dollar is just not performing at all. But we do also have range breakout EA in gold. And this one is, after the last month, again at an all-time high with the performance just performing crazily good. 13k up with this single strategy in this single market, which is completely blowing my mind how profitable this is and how stable it is actually. Yeah, that's just great. And then turnaround Tuesday strategy, the last one that I did not show so far for the whole period. It is slightly negative for US 30. It is positive for US Tech. And then I think for DE40 is also positive. Yes, there we go. So this was the overview over the whole account performance. And again, this is all the strategies, all the symbols for the whole period. Yes, it is in a drawdown right now, but the drawdown is just a joke. Like, this is not really a big drawdown, and this is really why I do not understand the comments in the live chat. But it's probably coming from some people who don't follow the whole project, and they just had a look at the stream for like a couple of minutes maybe. But yeah, if you saw this video, I hope it puts everything into perspective. So the account is, in my opinion, yeah, it's just flawless. Like, this is a perfect performance so far for any trading project. I'm super happy with the performance. I hope it can go on like this. But of course, I do not expect it. And if I would have to give an outlook for the future, which of course I cannot really do because I do not know what will happen in the future, but it is not unrealistic that, for example, US tech, which was quite volatile in the past, it can easily have a drawdown of like 30%, which means that the go long strategy will most likely lose like 15k or so in this single strategy. This is definitely something I'm considering. This can happen, but at this point, the balance is so high that the account can theoretically easily compensate the losses or a major setback in the big indices. But this is something the future will have to show. It's still very interesting to monitor this. And I hope you liked this little update, and I hope you also made some profits in the last month trading the financial markets. So that's it for the last month performance analysis, and I hope you guys like to follow this project more in the future. I will keep the stream active, trying to bring some transparency to trading YouTube, because there's so much shit going on, and I just want to be a little different here. So thanks for watching. I'm out. Have a great time. Bye bye.